side of you. What do you think about the pronunciation? Muerta.
Could be better. Muerta. You know, it's. I'm assuming it's going to be a rolling R. It would be very, very fun to say.
Muerta.
Can't wait till that's out. Muerta. Yes, there you go, mate. There you go, Mike. You hang out
very
me
good.
too much.
Yeah.
You pick it up way too fast. What I'm interested, you know, is speaking of things that are actually here, although I want to go back to that point, actually. The proposed skill of a 10% chance to kill anything on a map, I would play that. I would actually play that. 10% chance to potentially take yourself out of the game as well. That's game-changing. You can't blame anyone else. You're like, my skill just killed me, guys. You can't blame me, you know, it's the hero. That's game-changing. That's a hero for the pubs, if it does happen.
I might just add as well, our panel's currently defending themselves. Nomad saying he's British and he knows better than I do in English. Well, I don't know, John. I wouldn't be too proud of being British, I'll tell you that. LBZS, they're going to move away. Looks like it's going to be a 2 for 2 in terms of bounty runes. No, a 3 for 1. Happy days. Why BB?
Happy days indeed.
You ate too much, I think, Jonathan.
Yeah, I just keep thinking of Neff, man. Every time.
Yeah.
Oh, Neff. he is something else. I don't know. And then these voice lines come on. Polaris just yelling at us from Southeast Asia. Oh, what have we gotten ourselves into? We've got a Husker safe lane. We've got a mid TA. And we don't get to see too much of that mid-TA, as we are seeing from Dolphin up against 7E on the Tusk. This should be a really damn good lane for Dolphin, though. Like, there's not much the Tusk can do. Melee matchup for TA. It does allow you to play with your side blades quite well. And just line up a little bit more. It can be a bit awkward finding the right arc when it's so close to you, but you still have so much control. You don't have a kill threat onto that TA anytime soon. So I expect at least Dolphin to kind of set that pace. If he gets that timing for Desolator, Dragonlance, BKB, he can just, you know, group up with his team, take a team fight, go into Roche, and there's not much you can do to stop it on YBB early on.
No, certainly not. It can be a pretty rough affair. I mean, the thing is, Dolphin chose his TA into Husk, which is where I'm kind of confused, right? Because generally speaking, Husk is meant to be a counter towards his hero, no?
Yeah, later on. At least if you dominate your lane and get your BKB timing, it can feel pretty amazing. Husker doesn't have an answer for BKBs until he hits his 25 talent. So you have some solutions early on from LBZS. You just have to play that quick tempo. Like Luke said coming into this, you know, just play a fast game, try to get every lane winning, and just take control of the map very early on and run down with the TA.
Well, what kind of world do we live in where you're quoting Fluke here, John, in a Div 2 Pro match? Things have really gone upside down. Anyway, side lanes. Top lane. God going to be there on the CM. Of course, Beyond and Tianming going to be against them. And you're going to have Fontaine on the position 1 Ember. What do you think about this lane? Like, does the Broodmother have a decent time here against the Ember CM? Does it go the other way? Well, what are we expecting?
Feels pretty all right for the Brood. Like, the Ember does have a decent time, but if you run down like this, you have a good time.
Bushwhack is there, but they've got the Sleight of Fist, and that's going to be enough. Fonte able to secure first blood. Fantastic start for the Ember Spirit.
Now, that's what you need. It might be a little bit harder to jump the Brood, but you isolate any of these heroes with your damage and stuns early on. It doesn't take too much to melt them down. Like, Beyond has some saving plays with the Silken Bola with a mischance, but it's a pretty high cooldown in the lane. You can't really just spam that out whenever the Ember is looking to make that play. So you have a bit of a back and forth window, and you can be aggressive onto Fonte as well, though.
Oh, Fonte, that's a lot of damage he's taking right now. Beyond could surely secure the kill, but no, the movement speed slowed down by Gyorgor. Not going to allow him to continue moving forward. Bushwhack is available on Tianming, but he's not within range to actually land it onto the Ember. But considering the HP pool Fonte has right now, it's going to be a little bit hard for him to stick around. He does at least juke out the Bushwhack, and meanwhile, bottom lane, a bit of a play onto low now, as low getting very, very low, but is going to be okay to back off just barely. He will survive.
Yeah, there is a lot of play that can get out there for LBZS as well. It does take a little bit longer for the Huskers' survivability to come in, and you are sharing EXP with ZZQ. So it's not the smoothest ride into your level 5 spike. You are just able to play a little bit more aggressive. You have some decent burst on hand, physically as well, with a God's Rebuke to make short work of Low if he's not careful. But otherwise, Low is still finding farm here as well. He's not being zoned out. TZY is working really nice. And you do find that punishment.
Hey, you do. Fonte finally going down here. Tianming able to pick him off on the hoodwink. Happy days. Very concerning sign here for the Ember to go down that early, but to be fair, I suppose TA is the rule carry for LBZS, so as long as Dolphin continues to have a decent time in the mid lane, he's probably going to be more than happy with whatever happens across the map. And so far, he's having a very good time. Top of the CS board here on the TA, followed by his own Mars, TZY right behind him. In fact, they're equal in CS right now. So really, both the mid and top mid lane are going quite well. Mid and bot lane is what I was meant to say, is Dolphin gets caught out. As I say that, and Dolphin's gone. Never mind what I said.
I love you, Michael Phoenix. Your propensity to curse anyone that we're looking at is just unrivaled.
Tell me about it. Beyond. That's why we left SCA, Dota, John. I couldn't do it to him anymore. I just had to leave. Low. Spear is there. They've got the Husker trapped up. Oh, a lot of damage being pumped out, but Low is still healing through it with the Berserker's Blood, and now the turn back around onto Helios, and this is where things can get a little bit painful if you are LBZS, but he is not allowed to stack up those burning spears, so it's not going to be too much damage anyway. Low really just wants to secure that initial farm here on the Husker anyway. Doesn't really need to try and chase down kills at the moment. And speaking of farm, he is top of the CS board now, 29-0 on that Husker as Fonte top lane. Again being chased down. Is going to be saved by Gore. Gore just fine to walk away and get salved up by ECM. But this top lane, it doesn't seem like it's going to get much easier for Fonte.
No, it doesn't quite simplify. There's a lot of output. The missed chances are annoying. Once Gore runs out of mangoes as well, it gets a little bit harder to sustain your trading back and forth. And that's been really key in enabling that Ember. Just having this slow on hand, having a way of saving him. When you get running like this, it can be a bit dicey.
Nice juke out for Fonte, though. Avoiding the bushwhack once again with the Sleight of Fist. He's been just constantly trying to rely on this Sleight of Fist to juke out these spells being thrown, and it does save his life, but in terms of his HP, like, there's only so much region he can go through. Another Tango being handed to him by Gore. Meanwhile, mid lane, the task snowball back towards the creep wave. 7E trying to run. Shard's block is there as well. Looks like 7E might just go down. Dolphin, he will secure the kill. Meanwhile, top, Tianming drops. Looks like Gore might die along with him, but no beyond. He will get frostbitten here by the CM. So Gore is going to deny himself off. Splits the gold between the two. No XP to go the way of beyond. Still happy days for LBZS. Not looking too bad here for game number 2 so far.
And they're getting off to a decent start. I'm not sure if this is really the overwhelming start that they were looking for, though. The fact that Fonte is still having a rough lane up top, it doesn't spell the best of news. Dolphin is having a good time mid, and he is farming into the Dragonlance quite nicely, has the power treads up. But your TA will be farming for a while. You need to stall out with your Ember and your Mars. So whether or not they can get the full space needed is another question. And go.
Yeah. Gets deleted by Beyond. Fonte trying to go for a chase. Will do so, but he's taking a fair bit of damage on his way in. Bushwhack is back up. He'll get trapped up. Tips out as well from Tianming. Oh, I don't know about that, man. He's level 5. Like, you might get the hoodwink, but you're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, it's such a big risk. And now you have to deal with Beyond having these spawn spiderlings up. I love that Tianming just tips even before the death. He's like, yeah, I'm safe here. He was gunning for another Sleight of Fist. It just doesn't come off cooldown fast enough along with chains and gets punished. So a 5-3 start for YBB. And this just goes back to what I was saying here, Mike. You are getting some aggression out from LBZS, but the fact that YBB are still finding some wins, it's scary. Because this lineup just will come online a lot faster considering this laning start.
Rotation. Fonte's rotated level 5. He's come down from the safe lane down to the bottom lane to try and secure a kill onto Low, but Low's okay. They went in a bit too early. They had Arena up, but now they don't. TCY's gone. Uh-oh, Fonte, he's still level 5. He's gonna try to do it the old-fashioned way and just walk out, but oh, I don't see that happening right now. Fonte will drop. And in the meantime, the top tier 1 tower has also dropped. Beyond takes it down as bottom lane. Gore, he's not safe. Gets caught by the shards. He will get bursted down by 7E. Oh, that's a disastrous and very desperate play coming out from LBZS. Like, rotating your safe lane Ember at level 5, never really advised. Obviously, he felt like he had to do it because Beyond is currently level 7. But then it's like, you don't get the kill, you feed away 3 more kills. It's just, it doesn't get much worse than that.
And it just gets harder from here. This is low without his armlet up. He's going to have it soon. Recipe's almost done. You are buying space out for your TA, but your TA as a win condition is good. I think you kind of sacked your Ember a bit too hard for it. Like, Fonte's super far behind. He's had Orb of Corrosion for a while. Phase Boot's not too far off, so his right-click damage can sync up with the TA. But they need to be a little bit more patient. Just don't give out kills like that, because it's just accelerating the timing for low. You're giving out so much room to Beyond. His mech's not too far off. You really don't want to deal with a Broodmother at this point, but instead of dragging Ember bot and forcing a kill, why not just drag TZY up top earlier? Just have this Mars around, God's Rebuke the Spiderlings if you're worried, get an Arena off and spear her up. The Brood is counteracted by the Mars quite nicely here.
Dolphin punches there, 7E. Bushwhack gonna land as well. The Sharpshooter to follow. Dolphin taking a fair bit of damage, but they already committed the Walrus Punch. They're not gonna really make the move in. Instead, 7E looking for the regen. Dolphin still trying to go. I suppose knowing the Walrus Punch is down, he wasn't too afraid of dying, but seemed to really want that regen rune. Not going to be able to get it for himself. I mean, he's not doing too badly in terms of farm here on the TA, but still behind the Husker and the Brood. We're trying to catch up in the triangle, but it's still a pretty rough affair.
Yeah, and you can flash farm quite nicely in that jungle. There are a couple of stacks for Dolphin to clear. And he does have the Dragon Lance up, so it should be either the BKB or the Desolator next, depending on what Dolphin feels like the team needs. And that should be your timing to play for. It's still a little bit longer until that's up. The one thing for LBZS here that they are pretty thankful for outside of the Broodmother, the push that comes out from YBB is pretty slow. Like, we're seeing 7E and Chan Ming push into mid-tier 1. It's a slow process. There's no real threat. So they aren't forced to clump up around this kind of movement. But they're also not trying to stop it. So with a siege creep running, that's a lot of damage being done in that mid-tier 1.
Certainly is. 7E still sticking around, thinking about tanking the T1 tower, but eventually just going to let the siege creep die. Already so much damage being dealt. And I suppose if they really wanted the mid-tier 1, they would have rotated Beyond in. Speaking of Beyond, it's going to be spotted by TZY, but just use the webs to avoid it. Seems like Beyond does not really want to get involved prior to the Guardian Greaves being up, and that's fair enough. That's when you really want to group up as a team. Instead, YBB will come to him. They know the Mars is around. They've got the Spiderling vision. Tumblr's Toy is there. 7E already in with the Walrus Punch and the Sharpshooter to land. Still, they have caught the Tusk, but Snowball is up if he needs it. In fact, never mind, it is not. He did use it earlier. So, well, they get TZY, but they give up 7E for that. Not the greatest trade in the world for YBB, but it seems like they want to keep going. Question is, can they actually do so? The answer is probably not. ZZQ? He's going to sacrifice himself for that Arcane Rune. Sadly for him, though, never gets away with popping the Overgrowth to have that lower cooldown. I suppose the intriguing part for me is the fact that Low never rotates in to try and help out, but Low's just busy farming Triangle. He doesn't really want to get involved right now, it seems.
Yeah, he's clearing out a nice big chunk of stacks. Space out for the Husker. You don't mind that too much. You're getting activity out from Beyond anyway. And the Tusk, out of all the cores, is probably the best one to sack here for YBB. So it's not too bad. LBZS with this movement as well has managed to give Fonte some space to recover. Phase Boots up, Mithril Hammer flying in, Maelstrom on the way after that. And that's some good progression coming out considering how slow Fonte's game has been. LBZS going for a smoke with Guo and Helios. They're dragging Dolphin into this without the full Deso. Could be a bit tough.
They don't seem to be able to reach Beyond anyway. Mid lane's going down, the Spiderling's just taking out the T1 tower very slowly but surely, and now it's just within deny range. LBZS probably don't really want to deny it off. They want that TP point available to them. Sadly for them, they don't have anything like a Treant to try and slowly heal that one up. Meanwhile, TZY hanging around, thinking about trying to go after Low. Low always has the armlet. He can pop it right before the spear comes out if he sees the spear. Beyond. Gonna see Helios force the TP away. Bushwhack not gonna make it in time, and Sharpshooter, well, I was gonna say it's wasted, but it actually lands onto the TA. So it's kind of like whatever. And now the tier 1 mid tower, eventually Beyond just comes in and cleans it up. It's really no issue for him.
Yeah. They have managed to stall out for TZY to get the blink. You do have initiation on hand now for LBZS. They've got to play around this arena. You need to find a couple of pickoffs. You're starting to approach that Desolator timing for Dolphin. You need to find that kill into Roche here.
I mean, they're roaching right now. Like, Lowe's doing it on his own. YBB, nice scan here from LBZS. They'll know the Husker's in there, but they've got to get there quick. Roshan pretty down low, but so is Low. TZY, that's a nice arena. He's caught the Husker out, but no, the hills are incoming. Low will survive. He'll go back on to TZY. He'll take down the Mars. Oh, it's not looking like a good team fight. LBZS need to get out. At least they kill off ZZQ. They kill off... Well, that's pretty much it. They got the Hoodwink as well, but now Fonte... He has a remnant. Beyond is on the chase. Roshan has begun once again by our Husker. And Dolphin has been caught. They just need to get through these refraction charges. And it seems like they'll have no issue with this. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Sharpshooter does not land. Won't matter. Low just jumps in. And now with the Aegis up and the Greaves up and beyond, it's pretty hard to slow them down on YBB's end.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to stop. Oh, Low.
Well, nice start.
Was he baiting?
I mean, it's going to cost TZY's life for that. It's going to like, okay, you cancelled my TP. Congrats. Enjoy the death. Helios going to get dived by a Broodmother. Bushwhack will land. Low going to move in. Helios can actually try to run with his own spider webs, but it doesn't seem like he'll get away. Meanwhile, Gore also going to drop to Low. Really enjoying the Husker experience right now, I'm sure LBZS is. At least they got the Rubik
they
out.
are. Yeah, they saved Rubik. Probably not the hero you want to save there, but you know what? He gets out. It's like saving Private Ryan in the movie. You know, they're like, a lot of people died to get him out, but you know what? That's our mission. And they
still
have
chasing him.
accomplished that mission.
Have they?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Private Ryan has not left the area, John. Jian Ming knows he's here somewhere. There he shows himself in the creep wave.
Oh,
uh-oh. Helios. Get out of there, sir. Jian Ming. Not going to land the Bushwhack. He's okay. He's all right.
Oh, man. I'm pretty sure, I want to say Low was really actually baiting, because he had Aegis, there's no real reason to reset, and now he's just hunting everyone like he's lost his mind. They can't really stop him at this point until BKBs come up, which is still a long ways off. Deso just gets finished up by Dolphin, so he's got the damage output, but they need to find a way to leverage that.
Was ECQ going to drop? They dropped the arena for this. Problem is TZY is going to get spotted and snowballed on by 7E. Shards, whoa, that's a perfect Shards. TZY, Tumblr's Toy going to save. Blink away to the north. Can they find him? White Loud does, but no, it won't be enough. They won't get the Bushwhack. Meanwhile, beyond, he's found Gore. Yeah, this is one of those games where if you're a support, you just feel like disconnecting, right? Because it's like, it's either Husker, Tusk, or Broodmother that's chasing you down. Or even the Hoodwink can just delete you as a CM. Like, this is one of the worst CM games to have to play.
Yeah, it's not fun. Like, you would wish Muerta would have that 10% chance to kill any unit, and you were that unit at the moment, because it's just that tough. Oh, healing.
Oopsies.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love that 70. Yeah, I always love when players wait for the TP to about to finish before they go for the stun.
Yeah.
It's the false sense of hope that gets you, you know?
Yeah, you know, bring them up, crush their hopes, crush their dreams. Dota's a mind game, Mike. You find every opportunity to win economically, win on the map, and win in their heads. That's how you have to play it.
And then post-game as well, John. We've got post-game chat.
Look at that!
Yeah. Freezing field, very nice, Gore. Bye-bye. Dolphin do not go there, so... I don't know, can you actually fight? ZZQ, he's got the overgrowth if they want it. Bushwhack's going to go through all those refraction charges quite quickly, and now the overgrowth. No, they didn't even need it. 7E just moves in. I mean, I appreciate they're trying to salvage the situation, but as the TA who's going to carry the game, right now you've just got to farm BKB. There's no fighting.
No, you've got to stay back. Just get some space elsewhere. They are giving Fonte the space, so Ember BKB is set to come out in a decent time, at the least. And look at 7E, he's just so confident to jump by himself. Doesn't find anything, but they're all scrambling just from the Tusk showing up.
Low loves the flow. I mean, that is a cheeky voice line. I have a feeling we're going to be hearing that voice line a lot at the major. So here we go. Helios, he will drop. Top tier 2 goes down. Low seems to want to do Husker things and just go high ground here, John.
Yeah, no reason to be worried. They ping out the position TZY quite nicely as well.
Fonte just kind of getting taken out by 2, but he'll get the remnant away. Low in the meantime, 30 seconds for the Aegis to expire. He'll back off for a little bit. Doesn't have his whole team behind him. Definitely does want to throw his life away if he can avoid it. He's going to have the Ags coming out soon as well, which is... I really hate this Ags, man. Like, as in, I hate playing against this Ags.
Yeah.
Like, so now you just become Axe, basically.
Pretty much. It's really annoying. It's obnoxious. At least you'll have BKB first. You know, the Axe is still 4,000 gold away. So we have 4,000 gold to wait, which it's not going to be too long for low, to be fair. Unless something in the game changes. Like, LBZS, we still haven't seen the big arena they need. Like, they had an arena a while ago onto ZZQ, not the target you want. Their map is just... It's covered in webs. It's like Australia in the rains. It's not a very pleasant time there, Mike, as I'm sure you understand as well.
Very pleasant.
I don't know, like, what is your win condition? BKBs on 2 of your cores? How do you reach that point? I literally don't know. Like, I'm struggling to find a way to play make here, because you have 2 farming cores on the Ember and TA at this point. Your Mars can connect with CM. Maybe that's the play. Just try to look for an arena in freezing field and then take that team fight. Because there are no BKBs, so... Well, there's one.
Now you've got a pipe on Beyond, John, so...
Oh, okay, yeah, nah.
It literally just came out, as you were saying, maybe freezing field arena.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, it's tough. Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe if you
maybe
just fall
play
asleep and
is-
dream.
Yeah. If you dream, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you dream, that's nice. You get nice and comfy, get relaxed. You can dream, you win. Reality says elsewhere, but you know what? You inception it to yourself, and you're fine. Just find someone to do that for you.
Great movie. Surprised you've watched Inception, I'll be frank, John, with the movie list that you watch.
I love it. I love it. You know,
Terrible list.
Christopher Nolan films are great. I stand by that Interstellar is a really good movie. I know some people actually don't think that. I think it's amazing. I still love Interstellar all these years after.
Low.
It's such a good film.
Mid lane, looks like they have found PZY, so the Mars just gonna get broken and bursted down here by 7-8.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I just didn't really understand Interstellar that well, John. I'll be frank. I watched it,
So,
I just didn't
which
understand
part
it as
did
well.
you not understand? Like the ending part, without spoiling,
ending,
I guess,
yeah.
for anyone. To
Yeah,
be
don't
fair,
spoil it.
I found the ending a bit annoying. As they go on to Dolphin.
Dolphin?
This is annoying too.
Yeah, he's gonna be very annoyed with this. Shout out, he's gone. This is your carry TA essentially just getting bursted down again. He does require a BKB to have any chance of trying to fight back in this game. But high ground it is, and that probably means there's not going to be much farming space to him to finish off the recipe of the BKB. And in they go, onto the high ground. Low wall frontline for the team, highest net worth on the board. Keep in mind, there's literally 0 buybacks available on LBZS's end of things. They're all short on gold at the moment. In fact, the closest person to that buyback gold is currently Gore. And I'd argue the CM, you know, probably the guy that least needs the buyback gold at the moment.
Even if they did have buybacks, I don't know if you can really stop this with 2 lives. It's just some angry dude. Oh no.
Yeah, that's all right. TZY's gone. You know, sometimes things just don't go right. These things happen. Low, you know, you're getting huskered, John. Things get a little bit frantic when you're playing against a Husker. What he's doing, it's loud as well. Helios will tie. Double kill for Low. And if there's one way to lose the final series of Division 2 for yourselves, it's probably against a Husker. Like, that's the most depressing way, and there you go. GG's called. LBZS have had enough. 2-0 victory by BB, which does mean that they will go undefeated in terms of series. I believe they only dropped 1 game for Division 2.